You said goodbye with a smile on your face, like walking away was the easiest thing. I stood there frozen in the doorway space, watching my whole world unraveling. You took the light when you turned off the switch, left the room cold and the echoes loud. I reached for you, but you were already gone, disappearing into the crowd. I didn't scream, I didn't beg, I just watched you leave and felt the ground crumble under me. You left me broken, shattered on the floor like glass you never swept. You left me broken, with pieces too sharp to touch, too deep to forget. I'm bleeding in silence, holding what's left, trying to breathe through the hole in my chest. You left me broken, and I don't know how to be whole again. You left me broken, God, you left me broken. I still sleep on my side of the bed, leaving room for a body that's never coming back. I make coffee for one, but pour two instead, then pour yours down the sink like it's an act of letting go, but I'm not there yet. I wear your old shirt when the nights get too long. It doesn't smell like you anymore, but it's all I have left to hold on. I tell my friends I'm okay, I'm fine. They believe the lie in my eyes, but the mirror knows the truth every time. You left me broken, scattered like stars that fell from the sky. You left me broken, with no reason, no warning, no last goodbye. I'm picking up pieces that cut when I try, learning to live with the cracks inside. You left me broken, and I don't know how to be whole again. You left me broken, God, you left me broken. I thought we were building something unbreakable. Turns out I was the only one holding it up. You walked away like it was nothing at all, while I fell apart in the dust. Maybe one day the sharp edges will dull, maybe one day I'll stand without shaking, but right now I'm still here in the ruins of the love you stopped making. You left me broken, but I'm still breathing, still fighting, still here. You left me broken, and the pain is the proof that the love was real. I'll carry these scars like a map of the fall till I find my way out of it all. You left me broken, but broken doesn't mean I'm done. You left me broken, and one day I'll rise from the ashes of us. You left me broken, yeah, you left me broken, but I'm still here. Still me. Even broken. were steady before I met you. Walls up high, heart locked tight. I had learned how to stand alone and sleep alone at night. Then you smiled like the morning breaking, spoke my name like a prayer. One look and all my careful armor just wasn't there. I told myself I'd be careful, keep a safe little space, but you slipped through every warning and took all the place. You were my weakness, the crack in my strong disguise. You were my weakness, the tremble behind my eyes. I built my world on solid ground, but you turned it soft as rain. You were my weakness, and I'd fall for you again. I said yes when I should have said no, stayed longer than I should. I forgave what I swore I never would, because with you it felt good. Your voice was my favorite danger, your touch my sweetest fall. I knew you could ruin me completely. I let you anyway, that's all. I try to play it smart and distant, keep my heart on a shelf, but loving you was like breathing. I couldn't help myself. You were my weakness, the crack in my strong disguise. You were my weakness, the tremble behind my eyes. I built my world on solid ground, but you turned it soft as rain. You were my weakness, and I'd fall for you again. Now I'm stronger in the places where you broke me clean apart. I learned how deep a heart can love and how fast it falls apart. I don't blame you for the wreckage. I walked in with open eyes. You showed me I could feel that much, even if it said goodbye. You were my weakness, the softest truth I'll ever know. You were my weakness, the reason I let my guarded go. I'm standing taller now without you, but part of me will always bend at the thought of how you held me when you were my weakness, my beautiful broken end. You were my weakness, and I'm not ashamed to say it was the sweetest way I ever lost my way. The coffee's cold in your favorite mug, sitting on the counter where you left it that morning. I haven't moved it, haven't washed it. Like touching it might bring you back without warning. Your jacket's still hanging by the door. I wear it sometimes when the nights get too heavy. It smells less like you every day, but I pretend I can't tell just to keep you near me. The house is quiet but it echoes loud with all the words we never figured out. I'm still here without you, breathing in the spaces where you used to be, learning how to live in a world that doesn't have your hands on me. The calendar keeps turning but I'm stuck in the moment you walked out. I'm still here without you, and I don't know how to leave this house. I drive the long way home on purpose, past the park where we carved our names in the oak. The letters are fading from the weather, just like every promise that we broke. Friends ask if I'm okay, I say I'm fine, smile like I've been practicing for years. But when I'm alone, the truth pours out in the silence and the tears. Time's supposed to heal, but it lies. It just teaches you how to hide. I'm still here without you, breathing in the spaces where you used to be, learning how to live in a world that doesn't have your hands on me. The days keep coming cruel and slow, and I face them all somehow. I'm still here without you, wishing I knew how to not be now. I thought I'd follow when you left, that half of me would disappear, but my heart keeps beating anyway, even though you're not here. Maybe one day I'll pack that mug away, hang your jacket in the back, walk out the door and mean it, and never once look back. I'm still here without you, but I'm starting to stand where you used to stand, learning how to live in a world that might hold me with different hands. I'll always carry what we were in the quiet parts of me. I'm still here without you, but someday I might finally be free. Still here without you. still drive past the house where we used to dream. Windows dark now, like the light left with you. I hear your voice in every song on the radio, and every note cuts straight through. I know you're angry, I know I broke us. I shattered the trust we swore would never fade. But baby, this silence is killing me slowly, while your cold words replay. I don't blame you for the fire in your eyes. I earned every tear you won't let fall. But holding that hate is a heavy disguise, and it's hurting you most of all. Stop hating me, darling, even if you can't love me anymore. Let the anger go quiet, close that open war. I'm already paying for the mistakes I made. Living without you is the heaviest price. So stop hating me, please. Hate is just love with nowhere left to hide. Set yourself free, even if I'm left behind. I see your pictures, you're smiling again, and it hurts like hell, but I'm glad you're okay. I hope she holds you the way I couldn't. I hope she never makes you feel this way. I don't expect forgiveness, I don't deserve grace, but I pray every night that your heart finds peace. 'Cause carrying my ghost in your chest like a weapon is only stealing the joy you could keep. I'm sorry for the nights you cried alone. I'm sorry for the promises I couldn't hold. But darling, this rage is a chain made of stone, and you're too beautiful to stay cold. Stop hating me, darling, even if you can't love me anymore. Let the anger go quiet, close that open war. I'm already paying for the mistakes I made. Living without you is the hardest price. So stop hating me, please. Hate is just love with nowhere left to hide. Set yourself free, even if I'm left behind. If you ever think of me, let it be soft, like the way we were before the fall. I'll carry the blame till my last breath, but I want you whole. Most of all, I loved you enough to let you go. Now I'm begging you, don't let the bitterness grow. Stop hating me, baby, even if you never say my name again. Turn the page gently, let the healing begin. I know I lost the best thing I'll ever find, but I won't drag you down with me this time. So stop hating me, please. Hate is just love that's running out of light. Save your heart, let it shine. I'll be okay in the dark if you're finally alright. Stop hating me, I still love you, I always will. Set yourself free. Ooh. still set 2 cups on the counter some morning. Catch myself before I pour yours too. Your coat still hangs by the door in the hallway, like it's waiting for footsteps that never come through. The silence is heavier than any fight we had. It settles like dust on the life we built slow. I talk to the quiet just to hear something human. It answers in echoes of long ago. I wasn't ready for the ending to feel this permanent. Thought we'd have time to fix what went wrong, but time doesn't wait for the hearts that are breaking. It just keeps moving on. The love I lost is a shadow that follows me everywhere I go. The love I lost lives in the spaces where nobody else will know. It's the ache in my chest when the nights get too quiet, the ghost of your hand when I reach in the dark. The love I lost is the hardest thing I've ever had to carry in a heart that still beats with your mark. I drive the old roads we used to get lost on, windows down, singing off-key to our songs. The stars look the same as the night that you promised forever was something we both could hold on. I smile at strangers so they don't see the fracture, pretend I'm okay when they ask how I've been. But some days the missing feels louder than living. I wonder if you ever feel it again. I don't hate you for choosing a different tomorrow, I just wish you'd chosen it with me. Some loves aren't meant to last all our life, but God, I thought ours would be. The love I lost is a shadow that follows me everywhere I go. The love I lost lives in the spaces where nobody else will know. It's the ache in my chest when the nights get too quiet, the ghost of your hand when I reach in the dark. The love I lost is the hardest thing I've ever had to carry in a heart that still beats with your mark. I'm learning to walk with the weight of this missing, to let it soften instead of tear me apart. One day I'll wake up and the hurt will be quieter, a gentle reminder instead of a scar. I'll always be grateful you taught me how deeply the soul can open and love without fear, even if you're not here. The love I lost isn't gone, it's just changing to something I hold. The love I lost made me braver and kinder than I'll ever know. It still hurts when the wind whispers your name through the trees, but I'm learning to live with the sweet kind of pain. The love I lost taught me how beautiful loving can be, even when it doesn't remain. The love I lost, I'll carry it softly forever in the deepest part of me. cracks in you from the start, but I handed you the hammer anyway. Told myself your sharp edges were just scars, that love could smooth them all away. I ignored the warnings in my gut, silenced every doubt that tried to speak. Gave you every fragile part of me, even when I knew you'd make me bleed. I kept saying it's okay, he'll change, while you swung harder with every promise you made. I let you break me, opened the door and invited the storm, stood in the wreckage and called it home. I let you break me, piece by careful piece till nothing fell whole. I blamed the wind but I handed you control. Now I'm sweeping up the shards in the dark, learning how to mend a shattered heart. I let you break me, and that's the hardest truth to see. I forgave the nights you made me small, the words that cut deeper than any knife. I stayed through every cold goodbye, convinced myself it was part of loving right. Sacrifice, called it belief. I kept thinking if I loved you more, you'd stop swinging at my soul. I let you break me, opened the door and invited the storm, stood in the wreckage and called it home. I let you break me, piece by careful piece till nothing fell whole. I blame the wind but I handed you control. Now I'm sweeping up the shards in the dark, learning how to mend a shattered heart. I let you break me, and that's the hardest truth to see. I hate that I allowed it, hate that I stayed, hate that I mistook your damage for something to say. But I'm done carrying blame that isn't mine. Your hands did the breaking, but I held them to my heart every time. Now I'm gathering the pieces you scattered wide, putting them back in a different design. I let you break me, but breaking isn't the end of the story. I'm rising from the ruins you left for me. I let you break me, but watch me rebuild stronger than before, with boundaries you'll never cross anymore. I'm forgiving the girl who let you in, but I'll never let stir, a quiet flutter when you walked in the room. Everyone said you were trouble, a beautiful blur, but something in me whispered, give him the moon. I ignored all the voices, the doubts in my head, followed the pull of a feeling so new. They called me naive, said I'd wind up misled, but my heart knew the truth before I ever knew you. I wasn't reckless, I wasn't blind, I was listening to the deepest part of my mind. And even when it hurt, even when I cried, I'd do it all again, because my heart didn't lie. My heart didn't lie when it opened wide and let you inside. My heart didn't lie when it chose to believe through the tears I cried. It loved you honest, it loved you true, even when loving you broke me in two. You can call it foolish, you can call it goodbye, but my heart didn't lie. I stayed through the cold, through the words left unsaid, held on to the warmth of the moments we had. I forgave every silence, every night you weren't there, because deep down I felt what you never declared. They say I should regret it, should harden this scar, but I don't, because feeling that much set the bar. I learned how big love can be, how far it can reach, even if you couldn't walk it with me. I wasn't wrong for trusting the fire, I was brave for letting it burn me entire. And though it ended, though you said goodbye, I'll never be sorry. My heart didn't lie, my heart didn't lie when it opened wide and let you inside. My heart didn't lie when it chose to believe through the tears I cried. It loved you honest, it loved you true, even didn't lie when it held on long after goodbye. It loved you fearless, it loved you free, and it taught me the woman I'm meant to be. No regrets, no shame, only grateful tears in my eyes. My heart didn't lie. My heart didn't lie. It never has, it never will. And that's the most beautiful truth I've ever lived. I still keep your number at the top of my phone, even though I know you'll never call. I drive the long way home past the streets we knew, just to feel you for a moment, that's all. I wear the sweater you left in the drawer. It doesn't smell like you anymore, but I pull it on when the nights get cold, like it could still keep me warm. I know I should delete, I know I should move, but knowing and doing are two different truths. I'm learning to let go. One breath, one day, one tear at a time. I'm teaching my heart it's okay to be mine. It hurts like hell, but I'm trying, I swear, to stop reaching for someone who isn't there. I'm learning to let go. God, it's harder than I thought it would be, but I'm learning to let go of the you that's still living in me. I laugh with my friends, I say I'm okay. Most of the time I almost believe it. I dance in the kitchen to songs that aren't ours, and only cry when the slow ones hit. I threw out the pictures, kept just one hidden in a box I don't open anymore. Some days I'm stronger, some days I'm not, but every day I'm a little bit more. I'm untying the strings one knot at a time, reclaiming the pieces I thought were only yours and mine. I'm learning to let go. One breath, one day, one tear at a time. I'm teaching my heart it's okay to be mine. It hurts like hell, but I'm trying, I swear, to stop reaching for someone who isn't there. I'm learning to let go. God, it's harder than I thought it would be, but I'm learning to let go of the you that's still living in me. I won't lie and say I don't miss you. Some nights the missing still wins, but I'm done letting it define me. I'm choosing where my story begins. It's okay that I loved you completely. It's okay that I fell so deep, but staying broken isn't loyalty. It's just punishment I don't need to keep. I'm learning to let go. And some days I fall back, but that's alright. I'm kinder to myself on the harder nights. I'm proud of the girl who's still standing here after everything. She's still fighting the fear. I'm learning to let go. It's the bravest thing I'll ever do. I'm learning to let go. And one day I'll wake up without missing you. I'm learning to let go. Slowly, gently, finally, I'm learning to let go. Stayed through the nights you came home late. Smelled the perfume on your coat. Smiled when you said it was nothing, even though my heart already knew. I forgave every lie you told. Believed the ones you told yourself. I held you closer when you pulled away, thinking love could fix the cracks. I told myself the pain was worth it, that bleeding meant I cared, that if I just loved you harder, you'd stop making me scared. Loving you hurt the most, more than the goodbye, more than the ghost of who we used to be. The staying cut deeper than the leaving, the hoping killed slower than the grieving. Every kiss was a bruise I chose. Loving you hurt the most. I learned to flinch at gentle hands, because yours turned cold so fast. I apologize for tears I cried when you were the one who made them fall. I dimmed every part that shone too bright, so you wouldn't feel small. I carried your storms inside my chest till I drowned in them all. I thought real love was suffering, that breaking meant it was true, that if I just held on longer, you'd come back to loving me too. Loving you hurt the most, more than the silence after you closed the door on us for good. The fighting was brutal, but the trying was quiet torture, slow dying. Every I'm fine was a lie I spoke. Loving you hurt the most. Now I'm healing from the wounds I let you give, learning that love shouldn't make you beg to live. I hate that I miss the ache sometimes, because at least the pain felt like you were mine. But I'm done confusing hurt with home. I deserve a love that doesn't break my bones. Loving you hurt the most, and I'll carry those scars, but I won't stay closed. I'm walking away from the hurt I chose. The leaving still stings, but the staying was the real slow killing, soul slaying thing that brought me to my knees. Loving you hurt the most, but I'm finally free. Loving you hurt the most. God, it hurt the most. saying your name, to quit replaying the way you looked at me. I try to teach it how to forget, how to be without remembering, but it's stubborn, it's loyal, it's cruel. It keeps time to the rhythm of you. Every thump is a whisper, every pulse is a plea, reminding me you're still living in me. I can lie to my face, I can lie to my friends, but this heart won't pretend. You're still beating in my chest, like a song that won't let me rest. Every heartbeat echoes your name long after you walked away. I'm breathing, I'm moving, I'm trying my best, but you're still beating in my chest, in my chest. God, you're still beating in my chest. Coffee gets cold, when the rain hits the window like it did that night. I feel you in the quiet of 3 a.m., when the world is asleep and I'm wide awake with the fight. I've tried medicine, music and miles, running from the truth in every smile, but no distance, no time, no new life can silence the way you survive. I can change my address, change my hair, but I can't change what's beating in there. You're still beating in my chest, like a ghost that refuses to leave. Every heartbeat carries your weight, the love I cannot believe. I'm healing on the outside, but deep in the mess, you're still beating in my chest, in my chest. God, you're still beating in my chest. Maybe one day it'll quiet down, learn a new rhythm, forget the old sound. Maybe one day it'll be for me, strong and steady and finally free. But until then I'll carry this ache, let it remind me of the love we couldn't make. Stay. You're still beating in my chest, and I don't know if you'll ever leave. Part of me hopes that you never do, because losing you completely would finish me. I'm living, I'm laughing, I'm doing my best, but you're still beating in my chest, in my chest. Oh, you're still beating in my chest, and maybe that's okay, maybe that's how I keep you in the only way I can. Forever beating in my chest, you're still here. Beating in my chest. the place we used to go and pretend I don't slow down my pace. I catch myself looking for your face in every stranger's gaze. My heart still waits like a light left on in an empty room. It holds the door for a ghost of you. Even though I know you're gone for good, time keeps moving but I'm standing still in the space where you once stood. My heart still waits, and I hate it, but I always knew it would. I date sometimes, let someone hold my hand. They're kind and safe and new, but when they kiss me, I understand. No one will ever feel like you. I keep your old voicemails buried deep, play them when the silence screams. Your voice still calms me into sleep and ruins every new dream. I tell myself I'm almost there, that one day I'll stop checking my phone, but every notification in the air makes me hope it's you coming home. My heart still waits like a fool who believes in second chances. It keeps rehearsing old romances. Even though the story's long been closed, I try to teach it how to let go, but it only knows your name. My heart still waits, and it's the one thing I can't change. Maybe waiting is my way of loving, the only way I know how to stay true. Maybe one day it'll stop hurting, but I'm not sure I want it to, because letting go feels like forgetting, and I'm not ready to lose you twice. So I'll keep this quiet vigil at the altar of what might. My heart still waits, softly beating in the dark for you, carrying the weight of what we knew. Long after you walked away, I may live 100 more days, but part of me will stay right here in yesterday. My heart still waits, and maybe that's okay. My heart still waits, quietly, faithfully. My heart still waits for a love that will never come back to me. I waited for your call like I waited for rain in a drought that had already stolen my name. You used to flood my phone with good nights and plans. Now it's dry as the space between your hands. I asked if you're okay, got a yeah, I'm fine, but but the words felt like echoes from another time. You didn't have to say it, I felt it in the air. The way you looked away when I caught your stare. I kept talking louder to fill up the quiet, hoping you'd join in, but you never tried. Your silence said everything, louder than any goodbye. It screamed that you were leaving without ever telling me why. I heard it in the pauses, felt it in the cold. Every word you didn't say carved into my soul. You didn't have to break me with a fight or a scene. Your silence said everything, and it's killing me. And it's killing me. We sat on the couch like two strangers in frame, watching the credits roll on what used to be flame. I reached for your hand, you let it hang in the space, like touching me suddenly felt out of place. I asked what I did, you said nothing's wrong, but nothing was the loudest thing all along. You were already gone while still in the room, packing your heart while I begged it to stay. I kept begging the quiet to give me a sign, but quiet was the only truth you left behind. Your silence said everything, louder than any goodbye. It screamed that you were leaving without ever telling me why. I heard it in the pauses, felt it in the cold. Every word you didn't say carved into my soul. You didn't have to break me with a fight or a scene. Your silence said everything, and it's killing me. I wish you'd yelled, wish you'd slammed the door, wish you'd given me something to hate you for. Anything but the slow disappearing act where I'm left translating the love that you took back. Silence is cruel and screaming never could be, because it leaves me alone with the ghost of we. Your silence said everything, clearer than tears ever could. It told me the ending before I understood. And now I'm talking to walls that don't answer back, learning to live with the echo of that. You never said I'm done, never set me free, but your silence said everything, and it's all that's left of you and me. Your silence said everything, and I finally heard it tonight. It said goodbye without ever saying goodbye. I don't cry in the grocery aisle anymore when our song comes on the speakers low. I can drive past the street where you lived without slowing down to see if you're home. Some days the ache is just a whisper, a soft bruise instead of a scream. But don't mistake my quiet for finished, I'm still healing. In between, I've stopped asking why in the mirror, stop waiting for your name on my phone. But some nights the missing sneaks up and reminds me I'm not fully home. I'm still healing, peace in the shards and it's something new. I'm still healing, learning to live with the holes you left through. It's not pretty, it's not perfect, it's messy and slow and real. I'm still healing, but I'm healing, and that's how I feel. I laugh with my friends a little louder now, let the light in through the cracks. I bought new sheets for the bed we shared, washed every trace of you from the past. I'm proud of the woman I'm becoming, stronger in the places I tore. But some triggers still pull me under, I'm not all the way to the shore. I forgive you on most mornings, forgive myself by night. Healing isn't one straight line, it circles till it's right. I'm still healing, peace in the shards and it's something new. I'm still healing, learning to live with the holes you left through. It's not pretty, it's not perfect, it's messy and slow and real. I'm still healing, but I'm healing, and that's how I feel. I don't need you to come back and fix me, this heart is mine to mend. I'm planting seeds in the broken places, watching something beautiful begin. One day the scars will just be stories, soft silver on my skin. Till then I'll hold myself gently and let the light rush in. I'm still healing, but look how far I've already come. I'm still healing, breathing deeper under this rising sun. It's not over, but it's better than the dark where I used to kneel. I'm still healing, and for the first time I believe I will. I'm still healing, one quiet breath at a time. I'm still healing, and that's alright. I'm still healing, and I'm still mine. I remember the morning, everything shifted. You kissed me goodbye, but it felt like the end. Your eyes didn't linger the way that they used to, and your hand let go sooner than it ever happened. I asked if you're okay, you said yeah, just tired, but tired turned into distance, distance turned cold. I kept reaching for you while you drifted farther, till I woke up alone in the arms I used to know. I didn't see it coming, or maybe I lied. Told myself love like ours doesn't just die. The day you stopped choosing me was the day my whole world came undone. You didn't leave with a fight or a scream. You just quietly stopped being the one who picked me first, who fought to stay, who looked at me like I was home. The day you stopped choosing me, I learned how it feels to lose on my own. I kept making excuses for the space in our bed. Said he's busy, he's stressed, it's all in my head. But busy turned to absent, absent turned gone. And I was still planning a life you'd moved on from. I wore the ring you gave me like it still meant something. Cooked dinner for two while you ate somewhere else. I waited for sorry, waited for trying, but you never came back to the us we once felt. I kept choosing you even when you stopped, hoping love could be enough when it's not. The day you stopped choosing me was the day my whole world came undone. You didn't leave with a fight or a scream. You just quietly stopped being the one who called me baby, who held on tight, who promised forever and meant it that night. The day you stopped choosing me, I learned how it feels to lose on my own. Love isn't love if it's only one-sided, if only one heart keeps deciding to stay. I gave you my mornings, my middles, my nights, but you gave them away. I wish you'd fought, wish you lied, wish you'd given me something to hate you for. And instead of this quiet surrender that left me begging for more. The day you stopped choosing me was the slowest kind of goodbye. You didn't burn bridges, you just walked away and left me wondering why I'm still choosing the ghost of what we used to be, while you're out there choosing a life without me. The day you stopped choosing me was the day I finally started choosing me. The day you stopped choosing me, I began again, broken but breathing on my own. Your bags in the quiet hours, left the keys on the table by the door. I stood in the hallway watching shadows stretch across the hardwood floor. You said I'm sorry like like it was easy, like goodbye was just a word. I nodded slow, didn't beg you to stay. Some things can't be unheard. The house didn't echo right away. It waited till the taillights disappeared. Then every corner started whispering all the things I never feared. I stayed when you left, kept the lights on in the rooms we used to share. I stayed when you left, talking to the empty like you're still there. I watered the plants, paid the bills, slept on my side, held on to the life we built like it hadn't died. I stayed when you left, because leaving felt like letting you in. I stayed and slowly let myself begin again. Your coffee mug still sits in the cupboard. I wash it sometimes just to hold. I dance alone to our old playlist, let the songs play out the cold. Friends keep asking if I'm moving, if I'll sell the house and start brand new. But these walls still know my secrets, and they're the only ones who knew the truth about us too. I thought if I left too, it would mean you took everything, but staying showed me something stronger. I'm still here and I can sing. I stayed when you left, kept the lights on in the rooms we used to share. I stayed when you left, talking to the empty like you're still there. I watered the plants, paid the bills, slept on my side, held on to the life we built like it hadn't died. I stayed when you left, because leaving felt like letting you in. I stayed and found my own way back to whole again. Some nights I still cry in the shower, let the water wash your name away. But most nights I'm grateful for the quiet, for the space you couldn't stay. You took your freedom when you walked out, but you left me something too, the proof that I can stand in the wreckage and still bloom when the storm is through. I stayed when you left, and the staying saved the heart you thought you broke. I stayed when you left, turned the silence into words I finally spoke. Now the house feels lighter, the mornings feel kind. I'm living for me, leaving you behind. I stayed when you left, and that's the strongest thing I've ever done. I stayed, and look at me now, I'm still here, and I've already won. I stayed when you left, the door's still open, but only for me now. You walked away without a I stood there watching the end of us, holding the pieces you let go. You said you needed to find yourself, that love had turned into chains, and that it slowed didn't beg you back, but inside everything changed. I didn't hate you, didn't curse your name, I just sat in the quiet and felt it all. The world kept turning, but I stayed the same, still loving you through the fall. I loved you still when the nights got long and the bed stayed wide. I loved you still when your ghost lived here by my side. Even after the silence, after the tears I cried, even when you were gone and I learned to survive, I loved you still. God help me, I loved you still. I saw you smiling in pictures with her, looking lighter than you ever looked with me. I didn't flinch, didn't turn away fast, I let the ache wash over quietly. I kept your sweater folded in the drawer, wore it on days when the rain felt true. I didn't call, didn't break your peace, but every heartbeat whispered you. Time tried to teach me how to let go, try to blur the edges of your face, but some loves don't fade, they just go soft, they live in a gentler place. I loved you still when the seasons changed and the years rolled on. I loved you still long after the feeling should have been gone. I forgave the leaving, forgave the pain inside, carried your memory tender through the rest of my life. I loved you still. God help me, I loved you still. Maybe one day the missing will quiet down, turn into warmth instead of hate. Maybe I'll smile at the thought of us without feeling my heart break. But even then, in some hidden corner where the deepest truths are kept, I'll know I loved you completely and never once regret. I loved you still, and that love became part of who I am. I loved you still, soft as a prayer, steady as I can. It doesn't own me, doesn't hurt like before. It's just a quiet light I carry forevermore. I loved you still, and loving you taught me how big a heart can feel. I loved you still, through the leaving, through the healing. I loved you still, and that's the truest thing I'll ever know. I met you in the middle of my storm. You held the umbrella, pulled me in. made me believe I could be warm, even with the rain beneath my skin. We danced like tomorrow was promised, laughed like the hurt would never come. You traced my scars and called them honest, and I thought forever had begun. Every kiss felt like a vow, every touch a place to stay. I didn't see the shadow growing, I only saw the light of day. Loving you was the goodbye, I just didn't know it then. Every heartbeat was a slow goodbye, every moment pulling to the end. I gave you all my mornings, not knowing they were borrowed time. Loving you was the goodbye, the sweetest way to lose my mind. You said always like it was easy, I wore it like a wedding ring. We planned a life in quiet evenings, never saw the unraveling. The cracks were small, I painted over. The silence grew, I called it peace. I held you tighter as you drifted slower, thinking love was strong enough to keep. Looking back, the signs were gentle, a softer voice, a shorter stay. I mistook the fading embers for a fire that would never fade away. Loving you was the goodbye, I felt it coming, but I lied, pretended every tear was rain, and every doubt was just my pride. I built a home inside your arms, not knowing it was temporary. Loving you was the goodbye, and it still lives inside of me. I don't regret a single second, I choose the pain 1,000 times to feel that deep, that real, that reckless, even if it meant the slow decline. You taught me how to love completely and how to break in perfect rhyme. The greatest hello I ever knew was also my hardest goodbye. Loving you was the goodbye, the one I never got to say. I whispered it in every sigh as you slowly slipped away. Now I carry what we were like a beautiful wound that never mends. Loving you was the goodbye, and I'd do it all again. Loving you was the goodbye, soft and slow and true. Loving you was the goodbye, and I'm still saying it to you. Past. was whole when I met you, steady on my feet. Had my walls just high enough to feel safe and complete. Then you smiled and I crumbled, let every brick fall. Gave you all of my armor, didn't keep any at all. I opened too wide, let you in too deep. Trusted the tide wouldn't sweep me off my feet. I thought love was supposed to make you stronger, but I only got weaker the longer. I broke loving you, shattered into pieces I can't glue. Gave too much, lost myself in the blue. I broke loving you, thought forever was something we could do, but forever broke me in two. I broke loving you, and I don't know how to come back from a love that left me cracked. I've been till I snapped, changed till I erased every boundary I had, every line I traced. I silenced my doubts, swallowed every fear, just to keep you close, just to keep you here. I poured out my soul till the well ran dry. Watch you take it all and still say goodbye. I thought giving everything was brave, but I only dug my own grave. I broke loving you, shattered into pieces I can't glue. Gave too much, lost myself in the blue. I broke loving you, thought forever was something we could do, but forever broke me in two. I broke loving you, and I don't know how to come back from a love that left me cracked. I blame myself for believing that loving harder would stop the leaving. I thought if I held on tighter, you'd never walk out of the fire, but I burned out trying to keep us alive. Now I'm ashes, wondering how to survive. I broke loving you, and maybe that's the hardest truth. I gave my best, but it wasn't enough for you. I broke loving you, slowly, quietly, piece by piece, till there was nothing left of me. I broke loving you, and I'm still sweeping up the mess, learning how to live with less. I broke loving you. God, I broke loving you. Look what's left of me, just fragments of the girl I used to be. I broke loving you, and I'm trying to forgive the heart that loved too much to ever live without the break. Kept the porch light on every every single night. Left the door unlocked just in case you might come walking up the driveway like you used to do, with that tired smile, and baby, I missed you. Cooked your favorite meal and let it go cold. Reheated it twice, then threw it out feeling old. I sat by the window watching shadows pass, hoping one would stop and be yours at last. I told myself he's busy, he'll call soon. Kept making excuses under the moon. I waited for nothing, for promises that turned into air, for footsteps that never came up those stairs. I held my breath for a love that was leaving, believed in the gave all my evenings, all my tomorrows to a heart that stopped trying long before I knew. I waited for nothing, and nothing's all that came through. I wore the dress you loved on our anniversary, lit candles for two, toasted your memory, sent texts you never answered, left voicemails you ignored. Kept checking my phone till my eyes got sore. I drove to the places we said we'd go someday, took pictures alone and pretended you stayed. I counted the days, then the weeks, then the months, still telling my heart you'd come back to us. I said he just needs time, he'll find his way. But time only showed me you weren't coming back anyway. Promises that turned into air, for footsteps that never came up those stairs. I held my breath for a love that was leaving, believed in the maybe while you were already gone. I gave all my evenings, all my tomorrows to a heart that stopped trying long before I knew. I waited for nothing, and nothing's all that came through. Lights burned out, the door stays locked tight. I finally stopped looking for you in the night. I threw out the dress, deleted the pictures too, but letting go of waiting is the hardest thing to do. I hate that I wasted so much of my heart on someone who left before it even fell apart. I waited for nothing, and it taught me everything I needed to know. That love shouldn't leave you standing alone, holding on to ghosts that never show. I'm turning the light off, closing the door. I won't waste one more minute on the floor, waiting for someone who never intended to stay. I waited for nothing, but I'm not waiting anymore. I waited for nothing. Now I'm walking away. here, like it was carved in stone, whispered forever in the dark of my room. You painted pictures of a life down the road, hands intertwined, walking under the moon. I hung on every syllable, every promise you made, build my tomorrows on the things that you said. I let your voice become my compass, never thought it would lead me misled. I didn't see the cracks in the story, I only heard the melody you sang. I believed the song was written for us, didn't know it would end with a clang. I trusted your words, let them wrap around my heart like a vow. I trusted your words, believed every always, every somehow. I gave you my faith without question or fear, laid my whole world in the palm of your voice. I trusted your words, and now I'm learning how silence makes noise. You said I'm trying when the nights grew cold. I need time when you pulled away slow. I held on to maybe like it was solid gold, watered a garden that would never grow. I replayed your sentences like sacred prayers, searched for the truth in the spaces between. I thought if I trusted you harder, you'd finally mean what you'd always seemed. I ignored the way your eyes drifted, the way your I love you lost its weight. I chose to believe in the version of you that only existed when it was late. I trusted your words, let them wrap around my heart like a vow. I trusted your words, believed every always, every somehow. I gave you my faith without question or fear, laid my whole world in the palm of your voice. I trusted your words, and now I'm learning how silence makes noise. I don't blame you for speaking so softly, for saying the things I wanted to hear. I blame me for building a castle on air, for living inside it year after year. But I'm gathering the pieces of trust I gave away, gluing them back with a steadier hand. Next time I'll listen to actions, not promises. Words are just wind if they don't take a stand. I trusted your words, and they taught me the cost of being naive. I trusted your words, but I'm trusting myself now to believe in the quiet truth that lives in the eyes, in the staying when leaving is easy. I trusted your words once, now I'm trusting my heart to speak louder than anyone's promises to me. I trusted your words, they were beautiful, they just weren't true, and that's okay. I'm still here, still whole, still loving, just wiser.